Let's step into what the art classroom of the future might look like. It's this place where the old school, paintbrushes and pencils, are suddenly meeting pixels and algorithms. We're going to explore how artificial intelligence is way more than just a shiny new gadget. I mean, it's a force that could completely change the game for what it even means to be an artist.
This entire conversation, all the hype and all the fear around AI and art, it really just boils down to this one big question. Is this new tech just another tool, like a fancier camera, or is it something more, like a creative partner? Or, and this is the scary one for some folks, is it a competitor that's going to change everything? That's the core tension we're going to unpack.
Okay, section 1, art meets artificial intelligence. So before we can even start to answer that huge question, we've got to look at how the creative process itself is just being completely rewritten. And look, this isn't just some small software update. For a lot of artists out there, this feels like installing a whole new operating system for creativity itself.
Think about it. Forever, the creative process was pretty straightforward, right? An idea sparked in your head, you spent years learning the hands-on skills to bring it to life, and hey, you were the author, no question. But AI just completely flips that script. Suddenly, concepts can be spit out in seconds. Skill isn't just about your hands anymore. It's a mix of physical craft and knowing how to talk to the machine. And that question of who actually created the art, yeah, it gets really, really complicated.
All right, section 2, the classroom of tomorrow, a case study. So if the rules of the game are changing this fast, how on earth do you even begin to teach creativity anymore? Let's bring this down to earth and look at a real-world example, a case study of a course that's trying to draw a map for this brand new territory. So this course is called the Creative Intelligence course, and it's aimed right at high school students. And here's the key. The goal isn't just, let's help you build a portfolio. It's about getting these kids to lean into the chaos of AI, not to be afraid of it or run away from it. It's all about getting them ready for a career that is literally changing as we speak.
Now, the way they structure this is actually pretty brilliant. I mean, take a look. They don't start with the tech. Step 1 isn't learn to code. Step 1 is find your niche. It starts with the student, with their unique voice. It's only after that, after they've found their angle, that they start building a portfolio and mastering the AI tools. The whole foundation is built around the human, and that last step, developing critical skills, that's everything. That's about learning how to steer the technology, not just be a button pusher. Section 3, new tools, bigger questions. So what happens when these students actually get to that master new tools part? What does that even look like in practice? Well, as it turns out, learning to use AI isn't just about learning where to click. It actually forces you to wrestle with some of the biggest, oldest questions in the art world.
On a practical level, this means students are doing some really fascinating stuff. I mean, just picture this. An AI generates an incredibly complex, beautiful embroidery pattern, and then a student brings it to life with a real needle and thread. Or imagine using AI to instantly create like a dozen different mock-ups for a product you're designing. It's this amazing blend of digital ideas and physical creation, a true hybrid craft. And right there, that's the pivot point. This is where just using the tools forces you to question the very definition of art. And the course doesn't shy away from it. It puts this question right at the center of everything. If you have the idea but an AI does the work, who's the artist? What if the AI gives you the idea in the first place? What's the human's role then? All of a sudden, everything we thought was settled about creativity is completely up for grabs.
And once you ask that question, well, you've opened a total Pandora's box of challenges. All of a sudden, you're dealing with these really tricky legal fights over who owns what. You've got cultural pushback from artists who feel their craft is being threatened. And of course, there's the very real fear about jobs. It puts this incredible pressure on every single creator out there to constantly learn and adapt. Because if you don't, you risk getting left behind. It's as simple as that. Section 4, skills for the AI era. So with all these massive challenges, what's the answer, right? If the technical stuff, the how-to, can be automated, what's left? What skills suddenly become priceless? Let's dive into what's becoming absolutely essential in this new age.
And you know what's so fascinating? The skills that are turning out to be the most future-proof, they're not technical at all. They're deeply, deeply human. This course actually calls it developing detective skills, which I love. It's the ability to really see the world around you, to be curious and to ask the right questions. Think about it. When basically anyone can generate a technically perfect picture, the value shifts. It's not about how well you can draw anymore. It's about your unique perspective, your ability to change and adapt, and frankly, your taste. That's the stuff an AI just can't copy.
And all of this brings us right to the crossroads where we're all standing today. It leaves us with one last, pretty mind-bending question. The next great artist, will they be human, a machine, or
Something else entirely? A true hybrid of the two? We don't have the answer yet, but it's being written as we speak, in classrooms just like the one we've been looking at. The future is unfolding right now.